Let's start it, dude.
Okay.
I think we're live. Hello?
Nice.
Hello? Optic? Optic Energy is in the chat first tonight. Shout out to Optic for coming by the stream literally every time I stream, dude. Every time the channel is live, he's here. He's saying what's up. Even if he just drops by and says what's up and bounces, he's still here. Leo the Gecko, what's going on, man? Can't wait for the MC12 build. Yeah, you were asking about that last night. Diego G, what's going on? Automotive Guy and Shaq. That's who we've got today. Psycho's here as well. What's going on, man?
Sorry, I'm getting all my stuff pulled up here.
Yeah, no worries. I'm gonna get I was reading through the comments of this most recent video. I don't know if you guys watched it at all, but I'm pretty disappointed with the summit rewards so far in Motorfest, and so I made this video, and this is kind of like a part 2 to my earlier video called well, I think the thumbnail said disappointment coming. Not sure how many of you guys caught that video a few months ago, but I got destroyed in that disappointment coming video. I mean, a lot of negative comments, a huge dislike to like ratio, which it's probably my most disliked video at this point. But I think I was right about a lot of things in that video, and a lot of things have come true. And now I've made another video where it's, I would say, like on the negative side probably of Motorfest, and I don't know, it's tough to find a comment that disagrees with me.
Yeah.
So I was just rolling through these comments. I thought some of these are funny. 2 months ago on my disappointment video, shut the fuck up, I bet you're just a mad Forza fan and also a slow Pezzy fan too. That's me.
That's true.
It's true. Smaller map isn't a bad thing. The Crew 2 was a big but soulless vapid landscape. Smaller but detailed is obviously better for longevity. And then over here on the most recent video, small map means less different routes and challenges, makes things more repetitive in a short period of time. So
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. It's rough. The I don't know what your take is on where the game is at right now, but I will say this: I'm in it for the long run. I'm interested to see what this game looks like in a year from now. The weekly content is fine. It's just not enough to keep like a lot of players around. I think there's going to be a base, like a little healthy base of players that'll be playing every week. But I don't know. It is what it is. Automotive Guy says, do you think the devs will ever remove AI cars from the feats? No. No, I don't think so, because I think the feats are designed that way. I think the feats are designed with the idea that traffic is a variable within the challenge, let's see. And so that's part of the challenge. It's part of, like, you know, your skill is supposed to overcome the traffic. And the best time or the best distance or the best slalom, let's say, will depend on who's better at navigating that traffic. I just think it was designed that way. I don't think they'll take it out. GT says, it's so stupid what people say online. Very true. But I think it's funny. I do read, I can't say I read all the comments. I don't know about you, but I read a lot of them, particularly within like the first week of a video. You know, I'll go and check comments just to see if there's any questions, anything I can help with, anything that I can clarify with a video. I check my DMs a lot more regularly than the comment section, but for the comment section to be super negative on that video before the game came out, nobody even knew what the game was going to be. I had played it early. I kind of got the gist of it. The gist of it? Is it the gist?
Yeah, the gist of it, dude.
I got the gist of it early, and I was like, I have a feeling I know what this is going to be for the first couple of months, and I think people are so hyped about the game that it's just not going to meet their expectations. Lo and behold, I was right. There's a lot of people are quitting the game. There's so many comments on my recent video that says the game is trash when the comments were completely flipped the other way just 3 months ago. So I was right.
Yeah, you were. I think it was just all the hype surrounding the game. Everybody's putting out all this content about how amazing this is, and it's this and it's that. But all those people, not all, but I feel like the majority of them didn't ever play like the crew games.
Right.
So they were just seeing, oh, the grand race is sick. Oh, it's got this, it's got that. But the actual game itself is super grindy and it's super like, I don't know. So, I mean, yeah, you called it perfectly in that video. I think you kind of set out like people are going to be doing this and they're going to get bored of it and they're not going to play anymore. And kind of what's happening.
Yeah. I really do believe though that if they fix the summit rewards, if the rewards are good, they're really cool, they're things that people actually find valuable within the game, that will change everything. Because the summit is that, how do I want to put, what can I compare this to? Like Destiny, for example. Like, dude, Destiny has the weekly raids, right? It switches every week. You have certain gear sets that are going to be better for the raid than others, and so each week you're grinding, trying to get those gear sets so that when you go into the new raid for the next week, you're set up and ready to go, and it's easier and you don't have to struggle so much. And then also the raid itself rewards you with those types of parts, right? So I feel like the summits should be like kind of a copy of that, right? It should be like the summits are helping you get better parts and gear, and that gear is helping you perform better in the summits. Like, that's how it should work. But it's not really set up that way. The summits are like, here's a red, white, and blue smoke that we're going to call French, but you put it on a Ford Mustang and it's clearly American. But like, I don't know.
Like the crew 2 summit rewards and stuff I thought were pretty good. Yeah. And yeah. Like, I thought they were pretty good. And then it seems like with this game, it seems like their focus is still on the crew 2. Like, they just had a huge update over there. They're getting constant stuff, and then we're getting like leftover stuff from the crew 2.
Yes, that's exactly the way it feels. That's why I think if you're a player who's like, man, I'm really kind of like bored with Motorfest, I do recommend going back to the crew 2 at this point. You're gonna get a wildly different feeling game, because it just, obviously graphically it's not going to be the same. The handling model is slightly different. I will say this, actually, on the topic of the handling model, just real quickly, this was a huge criticism of that video, right? And I said it's similar but not the same, but it's not different enough. That was my comment. I have to say when I'm wrong, and I feel like I'm wrong in this case. After driving in the crew Motorfest for so long, like, we've done hundreds and hundreds of hours in the game now, it definitely feels a lot different than the crew 2.
Yeah.
And it does. On the surface though, it didn't feel that way. I didn't have a lot of playtime, and I'm willing to admit when I'm wrong like that. And I think I was wrong on the handling model. And so to everyone who flamed me in the comments for the handling model, I guess you guys were right. But it is what it is. I needed more time in the game. I'm a boomer and I'm a slow learner. So that's the way it is. Anyway, I forgot where I was going before the handling model derailed me.
You're just saying how the crew 2 is like, or Motorfest is getting like the leftovers and stuff.
Oh yes. So I was recommending that people would go to the crew 2 and play a little bit. I think you're going to be met with a very similar and very extensive grind in the crew 2. If you haven't played it before, you're in for like at least 20 hours before you can even participate in summits, unless you have a friend who can help you level up quickly. But yeah, man, just go do it. I mean, it's more of the same, really. I mean, Motorfest and the crew 2 are very similar in their weekly playback loop. But I don't know. I think Motorfest is going to be better in about a year.
Yeah.
I think when the whole team is focusing on Motorfest, you're going to see a lot better rewards. You're going to see better expansions, better updates and things like that. So I'm excited for that. It's just going to take a little while to get there.
Yep. This is weird because they committed to the the extra support to the last game.
Yeah, for the whole
So it
year.
seems like so it seems like that's where the resources went when this new game came out and it's not getting anything.
Right. That's unfortunate though. It's like I feel like you have this one, like the opening year, you know, this is the year for this game, and it seems like more of the resources are going to the Crew 2 as opposed to more of them being on Motorfest. And maybe we're wrong. We don't work at Ivory Tower, so
I have no idea.
we have really no idea.
That's what it feels like, though. That's what it feels like.
Yeah, it does. It really, really does. The Crew 2 parts grinding reward you way better. Yeah, Shaq, I agree, because you basically, your parts grind is really to use it in the summits. There's not really any other places to use the parts. I mean, I guess if you're time hunting, then it's nice to have, you know, Nitro Chemist or something, but for the most part, the parts grind is so that you can use those in the summits. One thing I really liked about the Crew 2 parts and the summit rewards, that I know this is controversial, like the community is very split on this, but I liked that they were rewarding parts that had boosted sets on them. I don't know if you remember that, but like you could get a half set, like 3 or 4 parts of a Nitro Chemist set, but the pure and extra pump would be, instead of like a 10% bonus, it'd be like a 12% bonus. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I think that's cool, but that's something that you can get away with in the Crew 2 that's been out for a few years. I feel like throwing that in now might not be the best.
I agree. Yeah, I agree, because most of the, let's call them casual players, have left the Crew 2, and it's a much more hardcore, if you want to say that, group of players that are playing that game. But I don't know. It's whatever. It's whatever. I think it'd be neat to have that type of thing. I just think, man, it's tough because the summits are like, they're the activity in the game. Like it's the whole game. Once you're done with like the PvE stuff, like all the playlists, the entire game is centered around that weekly rotation. Like having a summit, having the events, you're playing to get stuff to work on that summit. So it's like, that's the whole reason to keep playing the game. And I want that competition to be as competitive as possible, but there's so many people that are saying, I'm quitting the game because I can't get platinum. Like I see it in my comment section all the time.
Yeah. That's I don't know. I don't know how, to me platinum is like extremely easy to get.
Yeah.
So I just don't understand that part, but it could just be, I actually have no idea.
You're just a sweat though, dude.
I'm just a sweat though, yeah. But I mean, like even you, for say, like you did that video where you were in platinum all the way until like the last day with only green parts, with no legend points, nothing.
The biggest part,
shortcuts, no anything.
Exactly.
And then to stay in platinum, all you did was put on like a couple parts that were purple with score breaker on them.
Yes.
For your
not even score breaker, just skilled.
Not skilled. That's what I mean.
Literally, like a full set of purple skilled parts, and it put me in platinum.
Yeah, to do the one slalom in there, and it made you stay platinum for the last day. So it's like people that are struggling to do it, like I don't know.
It's I feel like a big majority of the people that are struggling to get platinum each week, it more has to do with the fact that they're not putting the time in every week to try to get the parts they need. Because I did it with green, but my skill level is probably a little bit above the average player, and so the average player wouldn't have been able to do it with green parts, and so they need the purples, they need the yellows, but they're not putting the effort in to try to get those. I think if you have full sets of legendary parts, getting platinum is really no problem. Like the parts help you. You really don't have to run super fast times on these races to get top 10,000. It's just more about, you know, having put the time in to get the parts, because you take a regular player, maybe they run a 2-minute race. You give them Nitro Chemist and they're all of a sudden running 145. And that 15-second difference in a race is a lot of points in a summit.
Flugafly, what do you mean by you hate glitching feet so you'll pass? What do you mean by that?
He might be talking about the planes, maybe?
Oh, okay.
Is that what it is? Maybe he's talking about the planes?
Either that, or if he's talking about using the skilled affix.
Yeah, I mean, that's not a glitch.
I mean, it's just literally a game mechanic.
Yeah, that's just a mechanic. Automotive guy wants to know if we think they'll add the Valkyrie. It would dominate the hypercar class. I don't know. Maybe.
That'd be cool.
I mean, I'm all for them adding whatever cars they want. Cars just aren't going to fix the parts of the game that are broken, right? Cars are something that help a game that's already solid become cooler, if that makes sense. Shaq says if they do a modifier like the Toge Summit, it's still going to be the same people getting plat and same people not getting plat. True. Yeah, I mean, it like I said, it's a competitive game mode. You know, you do it yourself, but it is competitive. What do I pair with skilled? Trevin, I would do pure probably, because when you have a set of score breaker, your goal is obviously to get the fastest time. Skilled is really only useful on the slaloms and the bullseyes. I think those are the only feats that it works in.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, it works. Do they have? Man, why can't I think of whether or not they have it? I've spent 0 time in planes. Do we have low altitudes? We do, right? In Motorfest?
Yeah, I think there's a couple.
Dude, I have literally spent 0 time in planes.
Yeah, there's a couple of them.
All right,
so they help in that also.
So they help in that as well.
And like the boats, like buoy smashing. Right?
Buoy smashing. Yeah, but that's in the crew too. We don't have that in the boat, right? We don't have that in Motorfest. I don't know, dude. I seriously don't know.
I don't remember. I played that playlist just to have all the playlists done, and I don't remember the feats for it.
There's no feat?
I think there is. I think there is buoy smashing.
You're probably right.
In Motorfest.
Leo the Gaggo says yes.
Okay.
So
low altitude is in Motorfest.
Yeah, dude, it's so funny that I don't know that. I've spent no time in planes. I did the playlist, the races in those, like the boats and plane playlist, and that's it. The only time I've spent in planes has been in the grand races. I have not done anything with those vehicle classes. You can actually look at the tune sheet. There's nothing. There's no tunes for boats and planes.
Yeah, Shaq said not in the summit. Yeah, we're gonna be screwed when they add like a plane low altitude or a buoy smashing or
completely screwed. I have no parts.
A boat slalom.
Imagine, dude. Oh my god.
It's gonna happen. I mean, they're not just gonna leave it out.
We might get some of it after the Hoonigan update too.
Yeah.
Oh man, I need to start working. That is a goal. I need to start working on that. But I think tonight after the podcast, I'm gonna be ruining people's day in Call of Duty.
My god, I can't wait.
We had so much fun. What was it, last night or the night before?
I think it was like 2 nights ago.
Yeah, the night before. Dude, we had so much fun playing Call of Duty. It was ridiculous. I'm not even joking. It's the most fun I've had playing video games in probably 5 years. Not that I don't have fun with Motorfest. It's fun, but it's Motorfest is fun, like, but it's also content.
Like a couple hours of like crying, laughing.
We were dying, dude. We just clearing out rooms of people with automatic or semi-automatic shotguns and just listening to the death hot mics and just dying laughing.
Fun. Yeah, it was a
so much fun. I don't know if you guys are playing Call of Duty, but I highly recommend using the shotguns, bro.
Yeah, they're so fun.
It's just funny. You think they will add the Hoonigan update as a playlist or as a monthly summit theme? Automotive guy, here's my take on this. First of all, I know the answer to this and I can't tell you for sure. So there's that. But that's, I guess I can't answer it.
Can I take a guess? Because I don't know.
You don't? That's right. You don't know.
Can I just say what I would think they're doing?
Sure.
I think it's going to be a playlist based off of what the playlists are already. Like the playlists already are like they got like the Donut Media theme and the Supercar Blondie. Right. So I feel like it's going to be a Hoonigan playlist.
I see.
That's my thought.
And I can not confirm nor deny your thoughts on this. Anyways, I have seen it, and I can't talk about it, but as soon as I can talk about it, you guys are gonna get a video on it, so don't worry too much. I will definitely fill you in. That being said, the hoonigan update is supposed to be the next like quarter, right? It's like the next, what do you want to call it? Man, I don't know what to call it. Season. It's season 2, basically. Yeah. We've been through season 1. Season 1 had the what was it, like the Japanese theme? We had this European theme. What was the other one that we had?
American. It was
the American theme. There it is.
American, Japanese, and then now we're in the European.
That's right. So we'll get 3 unique themes over the course of 3 months in season 2, and hoonigan is like the overarching season 2 theme. So my guess, because I haven't seen all of it yet, so this part I'm actually guessing on. My guess is we're gonna get like a little bit from each of the genres, like, you know, like pavement stuff and then like dirt stuff, and then I don't know, we might get boats and planes. I'm not really sure. I honestly haven't seen all of it. I really have only seen like a very, very small part of it. So it's, yeah, it's tough. Yeah, Shag's like USA, Japan, Euro, Italian. That's right. The main stage might be connected to connected in what way, Shaq? They need more motocross playlists. 100%, John, dude. It's something I've been saying for so long. Do we need more motocross stuff? There's so much room for motocross in this map. There's like tons of off-road, little roads and stuff. Like I want to see a lot more dirt. Do I have pro settings for the McLaren 12C? I don't know, Francisco, but if you guys have not seen it yet, hold on a second.
That we have the pro settings for the 12C racing car.
Oh, but not the...
I don't have them up. I have pro settings for the hypercar. If I add that to the sheet,
yeah,
that get uploaded onto the thing.
Yeah. So we have.
I'll do that. I'll do that after this.
Yeah, no worries. We're there's a very very generous individual from the community who put together a web app. If you haven't seen it yet, it basically pulls all of my data from the pro settings spreadsheet that we have, and it puts it into like a more like an actual web app, so you can like scroll easily with your phone and pick out cars easily. It's just a way cleaner way to look at it. So I'm going to link that in the chat right now if you guys want to check it out.
It's really nice.
Yeah, so thankful for this. He did this for the community, like did it, you know, free, just built it and sent it to me. And so we have this thing. So let me put this in the chat real quick because you guys are really going to like this. If you're on mobile, especially, this is a huge help for the people on mobile, because the spreadsheet and Google Sheets in general really just doesn't work very well on mobile, and you can't really see everything, and it's just kind of hard to navigate. So this this web app is so much easier to read.
Yep, works out great. You just pick whatever class it is, pick whatever vehicle it is, and then it'll tell you if there's a tune or not for it. And if there's a tune, it's a really simple to read tuning sheet.
Yeah, exactly. Super easy. It looks like nice. It looks like it's part of the, it's like an extension of the Motorfest UI. It's awesome. It's awesome. I've been waiting for someone to do something like this. This is really cool. So check that out when you guys get a chance. Oh my goodness, the hiccups.
Francisco, yes, I forgot. Okay, after we do this, I will put them, the ones that I have at least, I'll upload it, and then I don't know how long it takes to get onto that app, but
so it depends on it updates based on either every 24 hours or if you open it fresh for the first time in 24 hours. So like, let's say Francisco wants his 12C tune. If he waits until after you've uploaded after you've put the tune on there and then opens it, it'll be up to date. It'll be on there. But if he opens it right now and then you add it, it'll be 24 hours after that he'll see it.
Okay. So you'll either see it tonight or tomorrow night.
Yeah. Francisco, don't open it yet, dude.
Yeah, I'll upload it tonight, and then it'll be there probably tomorrow night or something then.
Yeah. The other option you can do, this is just a stupid trick with it, but it goes per browser. So like if you open it in, let's say, Safari, and then you want to refresh it, you can open it in Google Chrome, and then that will refresh. The Chrome one will be completely fresh, but the Safari will have to wait 24 hours. But then also the Chrome one, after you open it, and then you have to wait 24 hours for that to update. So it's per browser. You can also clear your whatever it's called, your like cache storage or whatever, and then that will also do it, because it saves it on your browser. So
gotcha. Makes sense.
Leo the Gecko says, I love that. Nice. And Be Easy B says, oh wow, that's way easier. Definitely way easier to take a look at, for sure.
Yeah, it's really, really nice and super convenient.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant by that guy. I appreciate him so much. Some people don't know how to read like me, but I like listening to you guys. I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, thank you.
I really do. Automotive guy says we need more race cars in the game, like IMSA, Indy cars, and maybe NASCAR.
That'd be cool.
I mean, would NASCAR be cool? I don't know.
I think it'd be cool. I mean, they do those races where they're like, you know, they go through like the middle of the track. And
oh yeah, dude, I forgot about that. NASCAR switched up, dude. I don't pay attention to NASCAR. I know I'm American. I live in Texas and all this, but I don't. It's not a thing on my radar.
Yeah, I don't know what the race is or how often it happens, but I know sometime throughout the season they don't just turn left; they go through the middle of the track and have some right
some turnies. Yes.
Yeah, they do have the truck.
Is that truck a demolition derby vehicle though?
No, it's in the racing category.
Oh, it's in okay. If you want NASCAR, go to the Grand Race. The Grand Races are so much more aggressive than a NASCAR race. But it does feel like that, dude. Every time I start a Grand Race, I go, I am Lightning McQueen today. And I'm going to try to weave my way through all of these insane crashes and people jumping, you know, hitting trees and flying over me, and just complete chaos at the beginning.
Yeah.
It's just so chaotic, and it's honestly one of the reasons why I love it. We need Trigger in the game. Oh man, imagine, dude. Imagine it's just like a dude with glasses, like messing up his speech constantly, voice cracking, running into trees. It's just some buffoon out there.
It's an AI, dude, like an AI in all the races. It's just
running into trees,
understeering into a tree.
That'd be so funny, dude. That'd be so funny with an MGC logo on the back of the car.
Yeah, it'd be good.
I honestly think we need a competitive mode like in Need for Speed Payback. I am not super familiar with Payback's multiplayer because I played it like 7 years after it came out.
I was gonna say, I think this game can get away with doing the multiplayer system they did in the Crew 2, where it's like the ranked system.
Yeah, I'd
like
be happy with that. Yeah.
I think it would work in this game because it's more like popular. I don't know if it's still, but it's like more popular with the PvP. Like everybody's playing the grand races.
Yes.
So I think like a mode like that, I think would actually work out better in this game. Like in the Crew 2 right now, you try to play that, you're waiting in queue for like an hour.
Yep. No, I definitely think a ranked PvP mode would work in Motorfest, but I think it needs to be based on performance across all PvP modes. Like you gain rank, let's call them RP because that's common across multiple games. Let's call it RP. You gain RP for everything that you're doing in competitive game modes, multiplayer game modes. So like, you know how we have the legend tracks right now, and it's got we've got the middle one, the orange one, and then it tracks, you know, how much XP you get for that, and you have a level. I think there should be a rank, and you gain rank for winning or doing well, and you lose rank for doing worse. And it should just be like top half or bottom half of the field. Like if it's a grand race, you have to be above place whatever 14 or above. You end up gaining points, and obviously the higher you go up, the more points you gain. And then if, you know, below 14 you lose points. And then the same thing with the slaloms. If you make it into gold or platinum, then you go up points. If you don't, you go down points. And just have like a basic like multiplayer rank system for everybody, and then add more racing to the fold. We need more like class-based racing. We need like a hypercar playlist where everyone can just race hypercars.
Yeah.
You know? Like I don't know. It'd be cool to have like a variation of the grand race where it's one single class that you have to pick 3 different cars. So like it would be hypercar, and you have to pick 3 different hypercars.
That'd be cool. That'd be interesting.
That'd be awesome, because there's so many of these different playlists that you don't really want to play. Like people are like, no, I don't want to play Alpha GP first. I don't want to play Motocross. I don't want to play Monster Truck. People are always saying that. I don't know.
Yeah.
A private grand race? It wouldn't really be a grand race, would it, Psycho? It'd be like 5 of your friends. It'd be like a mini race. I don't know. Yeah, that might... dude, private races are always popular, I think. I take that back. Not very many people play private races, but the people that want them are mostly the competitive people, I would say. But I don't know. Most of the cars in the playlist are in trees too.
I was saying like from earlier with you being in AI.
Oh yeah. Oh, right.
Yeah, that is true. A lot
Drift,
of them are crazy.
Drift to start is insane. B-Watts, I don't know if you got a chance to check out my last stream, but there's the drift first is very broken, and I'm probably gonna have to do a video on it, but the ability to reset your car in drift playlist specifically is just incredible. I mean, it really helps with not being banged around.
Yeah. You just don't have to worry about turning.
Yeah, not at all.
It's broken. It's
like,
actually so broken.
It's very broken. I don't know if you guys got a chance to see that, but you can watch, I think, my last Grand Race stream and see some examples. I ended up in the lobby with Simg. Thank God I didn't DNF. That's pretty good. Simg has been known to DNF a few people.
That's all we hope for when we play with him too.
I hope. See, this is the thing. If it's just Simg and he doesn't have like a really strong Slipstream partner, then I'm not as worried. But when it's Simg and like, I don't know, Goliath or Blue 90 or Predaking or any of the like crazy fast guys, and there's multiples of them in there, particularly like 2, 3, or 4, like all of them, they are all going super hard. And
yeah,
that is when I really worry about being DNF'd. Trevin says, I got second behind Simg today. Nice, dude. That's also an achievement, is to come in second in a race like that.
Yeah, I enjoy joining Simg's streams and like racing with him and all the sweats, because I know I'm not gonna beat them, but it helps me like push harder.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I try my best to at least keep up. So
I feel like
it's good. It's good improvement.
Yeah. No, there was that week, dude, when I went to North Carolina and you did nothing but grand races with Simg and the boys. And I got back. I felt like I was so out of touch with the game. I got back and I was just getting destroyed. Like it was to a point where like when I left, we were pretty much even, and I'd say it was like a toss up who would win the race. And sometimes we would just like be slipstreaming each other and just finish like literally right next to each other. And then I went to North Carolina and I came back and it was like you and Simg were hanging out and I was just like left by myself being the third wheel in like 8th every race. Like you improved so much just from racing with them. It was ridiculous. It was crazy.
Yeah. I don't know. You got back up though. You're good now. Like,
yeah. I mean,
me and you, I think, are back at like the same.
We're close. That's for sure. I don't know if we're the same. I think you're probably still a little better. You tend to say F it and full send corners, and I try to be a little more safe, and I think that hurts me in the long run. But I don't know. What would we do if grand races weren't in Motorfest? I'll tell you what, if they did not have grand races, if it was a thing, if it wasn't a thing at all, like if there was no hype around it in the beginning, it just wasn't in the game, this game would not have sold the way it did. I think grand races specifically were the main reason why people were excited about this game. So
Yeah.
it would have been an epic failure of a game had grand races not been in there, which is unfortunate because a lot of the game is actually really good. Like, the playlists are fun, the rewards that you get from those, and the whole summit grind aside from the rewards for the summit, but like the legendary parts grind, all that stuff I really like. I like the crew franchise and the way that it's designed. So personally, I'd have been fine with it. It's okay, but I think the game is way better off with the grand races for sure.
Mm-hmm. Eric said, "How are they so fast? Never a mistake and take all the shortcuts." Yes. So all those guys that are like really fast, they're super competitive racers. Like, they've been racing all the Need for Speeds and Forzas and everything. That's what they do. They go out and they time hunt, try to get world records on specific tracks, and it's just what they enjoy doing. They enjoy just driving as fast and as perfect as possible.
They're also,
so when they get in situations like the grand race, they just take off from everybody because they're so skilled.
Yeah, it's a combination of being very skilled driving, and also their ability to like learn how the mechanics of the game work, and where the fastest lines are, and the tracks, and memorize the tracks. Their ability to do that, just like basically download all of that information and then process it and then apply a strategy the next time they race in that area. Their ability to do that is second to none. Like, that's the thing that sets them apart. Their skill, obviously, they're very skilled racers, but I think it's the mental game of like knowing that, like, okay, this corner, I remember this corner because I just saw it last race, and I took it at 180 miles an hour. I know I can take it faster if I do this, if I just go a little wider here. Like, they're constantly looking for that little tiny edge, and when you put a whole bunch of those little tiny edges together, then you get a huge gap, and you get someone like Simji who can DNF the entire field, which is insane.
Yeah,
that's 50 seconds, by the way. If you guys didn't know that, to DNF an entire field, you have to be 50 seconds ahead of second place. That's wild. That's such an achievement.
Yeah, it's crazy. Favoring Naheem. Yeah, Favoring's really fast too. Yeah, he's one of those guys also. Yeah,
there's a few aliens out there. There's a few of them. Over says ultra nerds, definitely.
Ultra nerds.
Definitely. Optic says, I finished third last week, may not have won, but top 3 was a great achievement in my opinion. I agree, man. To come in top 5 at all, I think you're doing good for sure. In public lobbies, just send it. The guy next to you will probably push you off to gain 1 position. There's a lot of that, actually. There's a lot of pushing going on in the grand races, which really doesn't need to be there. I also think I don't know, to me it seems like, anyway, there's quite a few people who are not as skilled of drivers and they just can't control the car, and then that feels like pushing even though it's not.
Yeah, I feel like it's just like a skill issue a lot of the time.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like, yeah, I don't know. You have to slow down to make corners.
Yes.
If you guys didn't know that, like,
use the brakes.
You gotta slow down to make the corners. The line turns red, that means left trigger.
That is gonna go in my next grand race tip video. When the line turns red, left trigger.
Yep.
Psycho says, my best is second, making it, and the rest DNF. Nice.
Yeah, that's also really good.
Yeah, getting, like I said, anything top 5 is really honestly good. It's good because there's so much going on in the beginning.
Yeah, I think our best was probably the other night when it was the 4 of us. We finished.
We DNF like what, 6th place back?
Yeah, there was no one person finished. Yeah, so 6th place back at DNF.
Yeah, 5th place finished, and then 6th and beyond DNF.
Yeah, it was the 4 of us that were in a party together, and then only one other person finished. Sounds good.
Yeah, B-Watts has a great point here. He says, just let them go, you'll pass them eventually. I am definitely a firm believer of that. If you are patient in the grand races and you just keep your car on the road, you'll definitely finish higher than really trying to push hard and pass people. And like, dude, I should do a video like that, where I'm just chilling. I'm not even racing. I'm just like driving through and just see how many people go off track.
Yeah, that was I don't know if you've seen Goliath's video that he did.
Yeah,
it was pretty much that.
It was pretty much that. Yeah.
It was pretty much that. He was just chilling, dude, and everybody's flying off the road left and right.
Shaq wants them to subtract money from people who ram intentionally. That, you know what? I agree that they should be punished in some way, but how in the world do you how do you determine intentional versus, you know, a skill issue? It'd be really, really difficult.
I unintentionally ram people all the time, but that's because I'm bad.
Automotive guy.
I'm a dirty racer.
Yeah. We know. Hashtag Steven's dirty racer. Automotive guy says absolutely, people mess up a lot, but faster people will ram you off. You think that's true? You think the people that ram off are faster most of the time? I don't think so.
I don't know. There's a couple people that I know that are really fast that just try to get to the front as fast as possible.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're intentionally like a dirty racer. They're just trying to get out and just go, you know?
Yeah. Shaq says it was a joke.
It was a joke.
Sorry, man. Jokes are tough in text. It's hard to discern your intent there in text. They will want to pass you one way or another. That is true. That is true. The faster I've been in lobbies with some faster guys, and they have zero patience. They have zero patience. They want to make the pass right now.
So me personally, because I'm not that fast.
Yeah.
If there's somebody who's, you know, like blocking, or as soon as you try to get around them, they ram into you or whatever, I just sit behind them and ride their bumper. Just super close to their bumper, and then eventually they'll mess up a corner because they think, you know,
they're
going to try
on
to
the
go
edge.
around the outside or the inside, and then they make a mistake and you can just get around them for free.
Yes. But that goes back to what I just said, which is just keep your car on the road. Literally just keep it on the road. And you will finish. I think if you just keep your car on the road, don't go in the grass, don't go in the dirt, just keep it on the road, you will finish top 10. I would say probably 95% of the time. Keep it on the road.
Yeah, it's true.
It's tougher. It's harder said than done though, especially in the beginning when you're getting rammed. I mean, today, dude, I had this race today. It was so frustrating. It was the very beginning of the race, and we were in rally raid vehicles, and I was in a buggy, dude, a buggy. It wasn't even like it was that KTM buggy for rally raid. I was just like literally trolling, just like using whatever car I decided to pick. Anyways, I get into the very first turn of the beach turn, and it's really difficult. It's a left-hander. You have to stay inside, otherwise you're gonna go wide, go into the water. So I'm on the inside. I'm set up to hit the checkpoint, and I get a guy come up on my left and just pit maneuvered me, which caused me to go more left, right? He came up on my left, hit the back of my car, so it made me turn left, which then made him and me both miss the checkpoint.
Oh no.
All right, so then when we respawn, I'm like, oh man, this guy. But it was the beginning of the race. I'm like, I'm frustrated, but at the same time, it's like, okay, I got plenty of time to catch up. I start driving again, and he comes from the side and just rams me intentionally, and we both go into the water. And I think he was mad because he missed the checkpoint, and he feels like it was my fault. But like, I couldn't see him at all. He came up behind me and pit maneuvered me, maybe on accident, probably. But just, I don't know. It just, that type of stuff really sucks. And then after that, it was his mission to crash me. And so it was my mission to just try to avoid him until I could get past him. It was super, super annoying. But you get that every once in a while, dude. You get that every once in a while. Last 90% people get really aggressive. That's true, but I think that's okay. It's racing. You gotta be able to. You gotta be able to be ready for that. I feel like.
Check says I think they should add new routes now, and I agree. I think new routes would be really good, and also like mix up the classes. Like you can even mix up the classes for the routes that we have currently. Like instead, like street one, like if you get one that's like, you know, street one, hypercar, whatever, rally or whatever like that. You can just mix those up. You can just trade the two in the front, do hypercar and then street one, and then at least you're in different cars. You know what I mean?
Yes. If you guys go, if you go into the crew, it's called the Crew Games. That's the channel in my Discord. And you go to the pinned comments, there is a grand race rotation order. It tells you exactly the rotation of the grand races, the location of them, and what classes you're going to get. There are a total of 20 different rotations. Now, that doesn't tell you the routes. The routes are different, but it gives you at the very least what classes you're going to get and when. And it just goes in order. And when you get done with 20, it goes back up to 1. Let me see if I can bring this. Can I bring this over and put it over your face for a second? There we go. So you can see it's like this. So if you go into the pinned comments, you can see that. Anyway, that's some pretty good information. Put in there by Blitz.
Yeah, I didn't know it was in order like that though. I thought those were just the routes.
No, those go in order. So it
goes in order.
Yeah.
So like they go like 11, 12, 13, 14, like all the way down, then recycle back up to 1.
Yes.
And then 2, 3.
Yep. So
it's not as random as they said it was at all.
It's 100% not random. It's not random at all. It's a set list of events. Yeah, and locations. Yeah, it's not random. Tournaments would be cool. I agree, Elmer. That's a great idea. I would love to see tournaments. Even if they're like small scale, they don't have to be like sponsored or big, or rewards have to be crazy. Like just literally just tournaments would be great. Automotive guy says, are bikes better than cars because they can filter through traffic more? No. The bikes are very unfortunate to use in the grand races. Number one, they can't turn as sharply as a car. Number two, they can't keep up with cars at top speed. And number three, you're so light that you get completely banged around at the beginning of races. Well, basically all throughout the races. So you can't really use bikes in grand races. Psycho says these surprise bikes are not OP. I agree.
Yeah. It'd be nice if they were just a little bit more competitive.
It would be really nice if they just had the tops, like literally just the top speed would be great. They obviously accelerate very well compared to a car with NOS. Without NOS, they feel very sluggish. But they do accelerate really well with NOS. And so it would be nice to see them have the same top speed as a car. And that, I think, would equalize them, or at least get them close. It would make it usable, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good question, Shaq. That's a great question. What's your favorite Street 2 car?
I have like 3 that I use all the time, and just depends on the mood. I'm either in the Porsche, what is it, the 993?
Yeah.
Or the Huracan. So that's when it's like sweaty and, you know, everybody's meted out. I'll be using one of those. Yeah. Or my favorite that's been forever is the C8.
Yeah. I was going to say, you probably have the C8 in your top 3.
I'm a big fan of the C8.
Yeah. I haven't had enough time in the C8, to be honest with you. Yeah.
It just doesn't, it's just not quite as fast as the Huracan or the Porsche.
Or the what is it, a C6? No, it's a C7. The ZR1. What is that? I forget
I
if
think
it's
that's
a
a
six.
six.
I
I
think
think
it's a
it's a
six.
C6.
Yeah. Yeah, the ZR1 as well
Yeah.
is pretty dominant in that class as well.
Yeah, I actually rarely use that car.
Me too.
I don't know why. I would just rather drive like the Huracan or the 993.
Yeah. I like the Hurricane and the 993 as well because they're the meta cars. They're the ones you can use to win. But if I had to pick one that was like off meta that was sort of a favorite, I think I would have to go with this is gonna surprise a lot of you, but I've been playing with it a lot. I did a lot of playing with it today. The Aerial Atom is so fun to use.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Did you use it in the Grand Race yet?
I've used it a couple times. It's a little bit wild, but it's fun.
So I've got a suggestion for you and anybody else that wants to use the Aerial Atom. Number one, throw on my tune because it does help a lot with the car understeers a little bit. It doesn't really understeer actually. It's very strange. It like both understeers and oversteers at the same time, which is stupid. Like the car over rotates, but then it still kind of like slides out to the outer edges of the corner. It's very, very strange. Anyway, use the tune. The big tip though is you have to half throttle every single turn. I'm telling you, it's a game changer. When you start half throttling these turns, two things happen. Number one, your car is not going as fast so you can actually take the turn. But also when you're on the throttle, the steering is way more connected to the road. Like it oversteers like crazy when you have the throttle down. So a half throttle initiates that mechanic of like oversteering, and then you're not going as fast in the turn, so then it also grips it. It's very strange, but I was using it today and I'm not even joking. It is so fun to use in the Grand Race because no one expects you to be in that car. I'm literally the only person in the Aerial Atom today, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a cool little car.
Very fun. So that's like my new favorite love. That and the Evora GT, that was fun to use as well. That's very cool wild. It's wild though. It's so wild. Yeah, dude, it was. Oh, Shaq's in love with the NSX. The NSX is sneaky. I think people know that it's good, but I personally kind of lost track of the NSX. But it is very good for Street 2 as well.
Yeah, the NSX is really good.
Rhino the Raccoon wants to see a ranking system in the Grand Races. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that's what we kind of talked about that a little bit earlier, but yeah, I agree.
Like specifically Grand Races.
Oh, like in the Grand Races?
Yeah.
I don't know how, like, would it still work just like a regular Grand Race, but like you're getting, rank points depending on your placement?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good question.
I'd be down. That'd be kind of cool, I guess.
You know what I would not be?
Nice.
You know what I'd be not down for is skill-based matchmaking.
Yeah. No, we don't want that.
I'm not down with that.
Well, I mean, it depends. If it's a grand race, I think it's not going to be able to do like skill-based matchmaking because, I mean, you've been in grand races, the skill level is mixed all over the place, and then you just be sitting in a queue for an hour waiting to get a freaking top level race,
Yeah, true. Yeah.
So I don't think it would work like that. But if it was like ranked mode or whatever, like they had in the Crew 2, I guess it's kind of be the same deal, but
yeah, I mean, the Crew 2 it is slightly skill-based matchmaking. I mean, it's a little bit wide, so like you can end up in a race with someone that's way better than you, but your rank is similar in some ways. I don't know. I think a ranked mode for sure would be really cool in the Grand Races, but I wished it was different. I would want like a non-ranked and then a ranked, and then you can choose to queue into which one you wanted to queue into.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rhino, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that, Rhino. I like that better than the stupid POS Hall of Fame that we have right now. The freaking Hall of Shame. The Hall of Macro. The Macro of Fame.
Yeah, I'm a fan of that. I think that would work out good. Like if you got ranked depending on your placements in every grand race, and there's like a leaderboard that kept track of, everybody's points. That'd be
Yes.
sick.
No, I agree.
I'd be down with that.
I'd be down with that too. I do think it, like I said, it should be separate, but it'd be cool. It'd be cool to see.
Well, if it doesn't change at all, I think it'd be fine, right? Like if the grand races just stay what they are.
Yeah.
Although it would kind of just prevent, like, it'd be a lot more sweaty. I think maybe people be more inclined to only use like the meta stuff.
Yeah. Yes.
So I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Chris Espinoza, I didn't pass up on your comment. Thank you, man. I appreciate the love. Thank you very much. Let's see. Someone said in here, I thought about no slipstream. Yeah, it was Tom N. Says, how about no slipstream? So this is kind of an interesting topic, actually, because slipstream is very effective. It's not that it's like a simple mechanic that helps you, kind of stay attached to the guy in front of you. It's actually the drag bump, which is the thing that makes it crazy. So you can slipstream someone and get your car above its own statistical top speed, and then it hits the top speed for its class or for its chassis or whatever, and then you get to behind the guy in front of you, and then he gets a bump and also hits that top speed. And if you guys are accelerating together on your way to that top speed, you guys are both accelerating at an abnormal rate. And so slipstream is a huge thing, especially in the grand races. So I don't know, the world without slipstream, is that a good world? I honestly don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's it's super useful if you're like get messed up in the beginning of the race or whatever, and you can attach yourself to somebody. It kind of helps put you back in the race.
Yeah, it can, but you get two guys that are working together out front, and it's almost impossible for anybody else to catch.
Yeah,
almost. I mean, in order to do it, you have to have a slipstream. Like the amount of times that I've been like stuck in no man's land is what I call it, where the front 2, 3, 4 guys is like a tight little group that just walks away from you because you lose slip. Like let's say you take one corner bad and you lose slip on that group, you're done. Like your entire race is over in that moment, unless they make a giant mistake, because they will just put distance on you. And it's not like slipstream means a difference of 5 miles per hour, 10 miles per hour. It's literally like 15, 20 miles per hour to be in slip. It's crazy. Shaq says slipstream is balanced. In the Crew 2, it was broken. I don't know, man. It feels a little bit broken in this as well. But I don't know, man. I don't know if I would like the game any better if it wasn't like that. Like I'm really trying to process the question, because I think it could be kind of worse if it didn't have slipstream.
Yeah.
What do you think about not having drag bump though?
So just the person behind gets the benefit?
Yeah, so like
I think it would be the same. It would just mean like more skill for both people, because you're just gonna get the same effect just trading back and forth.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? A little shake and bake.
I agree that the Crew 2 was more broken with slip, but I was thinking if you don't have drag bump, then it takes far less skill, or far more skill, I'm sorry, to take advantage of that slipstream. Like the guy behind obviously slips, he has to then make the pass. The guy that's being passed has to make sure he stays in slip when he passes, and you just keep going. But that transition of making the pass and not making the pass, that slows them down tremendously, because you can't always make a pass. Like there's not always a safe place to make a pass. The fastest racing line, there's only one fastest racing line. Like you can't have someone has to go off path. If you take 2 of the most skilled players in the world, obviously they're going to be fine with it, but anybody else, like it's going to be harder to stay consistently faster than the group behind you by utilizing slip that way. I just feel like the drag bump is what makes it like kind of crazy. Just makes it so that less, like, dude, I can stay, let's say with like me and Simji, for example. Simji is crazy. He's like way better than me. But if I can stay in his slip, he can literally pull me to a better time. But if I'm out in front, he also can just push me to a better time. You know what I'm saying? Like he has, no matter what, as long as I'm around him, I can definitely get a better time on any type of race, like whatever race we're doing.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yep. Slipstream is kind of crazy. I don't know. I'm not against it. I think I like it.
I think anything that makes you go faster is more fun.
Yeah. Yeah, let's just go fast.
Let's go faster. I want to go faster, dude. Yeah, Shadow's agreeing with us, so is Rhino. Imagine if the Hennessy F5 Revolution was added to the game. I don't even know what that looks like. Hold on, I'm gonna pull up a Google.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm not too sure either, but it sounds awesome.
Hennessy.
I'm all for more cars. Like, bring more cool cars into the game. Let's do that.
F5 Revolution. Is that a Venom F5 Roadster? That's not the same thing. Oh, it is. A $3 million car? Okay.
Yeah, dude.
The car looks sick though.
Light.
It reminds me a little bit of like that Expo that's in the game. The back end
kind of, huh?
Yeah, the back end a little bit looks like almost like a Koenigsegg, but it's okay. This thing looks cool. It's
a mix of like Koenigsegg and like McLaren almost.
Yeah, it looks nice.
It does. Looks really cool.
I'd be down with that.
Yeah, dude. Let's throw in more cool, fast cars. I'm with it.
I mean, the more cars they add, the better. That's the 100% truth. I mean, but it's, please fix other things first. IVT, if you're listening, please fix other things first. Please fix the summit rewards. I need better rewards.
Summit rewards, I think, should be #1 thing.
I need better rewards.
Stop. Like, dude, this next summit coming up, it means nothing to me, dude.
I know.
I have everything that is, other than the spare parts that you get for getting silver or whatever it is.
Right.
I have everything else, dude. I don't need, like, you get a car. I already own that car.
Yeah.
And then platinum is an underglow that I already have that got imported from the crew too. It's like, why do I even want to play this summit? And I feel like that's what a lot of people, this is the first time I'm experiencing that, but I feel like with past summits, that's where a lot of people have already been like, why am I even playing this?
Yeah. No, so this is exactly the reason I made the video, is because it's like, we're just getting this, like, the hand-me-downs from the crew 2. Like, it's just like, here's some vanities that we already made in the crew 2. You guys can have them in Motorfest too, if you earn them through the summits.
Yeah,
it's wild. Rhino says something about boosted sets. We touched on the subject of boosted sets earlier, and I am sort of for them. It's tough because I think they need to be more widely available. If boosted sets existed, but they were difficult to obtain, but they were still obtainable, meaning they weren't exclusive to summits, then I think it would be a good thing to add. It needs to be available for all the players, because if not, then it's literally just the fastest people going faster, because it's just whoever gets top 10 or platinum in the summit, then they're just going to be faster the next time around. So it has to be available to all people in some way, even if it's like super difficult. Like, what if a boosted set was like part of a treasure hunt or something? Like, that'd be cool. That would make treasure hunts like more, you know, I don't know, just
a reward for something like, you know, finish top 10 in 100 grand races or something. You know, you get a boosted nitrochemist set.
Yeah, something, but yeah, but it just needs to be like I said, it has to be available at all times. It cannot be a timed reward, in my opinion. But I do like the idea of boosted sets. I think it adds a little element of depth to the already deep parts grind that they have. Vintage tire is still broken, by the way. Colorful splashes instead of white wall.
Yeah, I still have that. It is broken. Do you have that tire?
I don't have that tire, I don't think.
It's the it's just called like a vintage white wall tire, but instead of it being white wall, the whole outside of the tire is just like random color paint splash.
Oh wait, I do have that tire. But
Yeah.
the image, the little image looks like a white wall though.
Yeah, it looks like a white wall, but the tire itself is not.
I do have that. Cal Godit says, is it worth going back to the Crew 2 to get more cars and vanities that you don't have in Motorfest? I think yes. I think it's worth it.
Yes. And I was going to say, I can mention right now too, for this specific summit, in the Crew 2, you can go in and you can buy the P1 Gold Edition, and it automatically imports it into Motorfest. And that is like the car to use for one of the summit events.
Yes.
This week.
Yes.
So if you guys are trying to get a better score on, I think it's the last hypercar race, it's just UK hypercar.
Yep.
That's like the car to be using. So if you have the Crew 2 and you have money in the Crew 2, I mean, I guess it wouldn't be worth it if you're just going to sit there and grind for hours just to get a car in another game. But if you already have it and you already have enough money for it, I think it was like just over $1 million bucks or something like that. You can buy it in the Crew 2 and then you'll have it in Motorfest instantly.
Yep. Yeah. One thing I need to do, because I'm a little bit of a collector, I need to go to the Crew 2 and buy all of the Crew 2 exclusive cars that you can actually purchase in there.
Yeah.
Because if they're not like a Summit exclusive reward, I need to go back and get those cars, because I do want to have every car in Motorfest.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Automotive,
we'll have to make a day out of that.
Yeah, it'd be fun. Automotive guy says vanities are just goofy parts. Believe they have no effect. Well, we can't say that vanities have no effect. I did a lot of testing this last week on vanity tires, and not to like spoil the video, because I will have a video coming out about this. The basis of it is that I believe there is an effect, but there's some depth to it. It's not just like slap on a vanity tire and then all of a sudden you have a much faster car. It's not quite like that. So I'll explain it more in more detail in the video, but I feel like there is, I'm convinced that there is some sort of effect on the handling, specifically the handling.
The one car absolutely for sure is the street one. Camaro, what was it, the RS or SS?
RS.
The RS. That one 100% for sure. If you drive it stock body and then just throw on the wide body kit, it feels crazy different. It was weird. It's the only car that I've experienced it feeling any different on. So, I mean, I can't say for sure like every car is better with the wide body, but that one specifically does have an effect on it.
Yep, 100%. Go out and try the Street One Camaro RS, stock, completely stock, then throw the wide body on and see what happens. You'll be convinced in an instant. It feels like a completely different car.
Yep. And also the special edition cars. All the special edition cars, I don't know if they're tuned different, or if it's because of the wide body kits they have on them or what. But all the special edition cars feel completely different to the original version as well.
Yep. So, like I said, I'm not as far as the vanity tires go, that video is coming up. I already did the video on the wide body upgrades. The wide bodies for sure, for that Camaro definitely affect the car, and that sort of leads me to believe that it probably affects other cars as well. And what Shadow is saying here is true. The vanity tires do affect the stance of the car, although it is very small. Just because they affect the stance, I don't think that necessarily 100% means that it will affect the handling. However, they seem to be linked for sure. But I do hesitate on making any like 100% statements on this thing, because it just feels like there's too much of that going around right now. There's a lot of people, I think, that like, oh, it's the same as the Crew 2, and so that they just make these statements like, oh, this is what it is, and that's how it, you got to run this tire. Like, well, let's see some data. Does anyone have data on it? No. So that's kind of where I'm at. I want to do some tests myself and show you guys what I did to test, and then we can all kind of, you know, make conclusions, draw conclusions from that. Vanity tires for Rally Raid does change how the car handles, says John Blanchard.
That's very interesting. I'll have to try that out.
Yeah, I didn't test any off-road vehicles. It was only street.
Yeah.
How cool would unlimited nitro option be? Yes, I said that. Actually, Tom, I said that in a video recently. I'm like, dude, throw in just literally just not all nitro all the time.
Yeah, it'd be crazy.
How about turn 10 come out and tell us how the game has been programmed? Well, turn 10. I think you mean IVT. I think he's talking about Ivory Tower. Turn 10 does motorsport. Forza Motorsport. But yes, it would be great if someone from IVT just came out and confirmed it or denied it, whatever.
That would be, save everybody a lot of time.
Yeah, Rhino, that's a great idea. I would love to see that as well. If we had some sort of missions or treasure hunts or something that we could earn more CC, that would be great. I think the issue is that if they give you enough CC to, let's say they give you enough to buy one vanity a month. So we're talking like what, 50,000 CC per month. You could buy like one set of tires or whatever. If they did that, that is basically $5 that they didn't get that month, and that $5 goes towards paying someone's salary to make the vanities that they put in the game. So I'm with you on that. I think there should be a way to earn CC, but I don't think it should. I think supporting the game by buying the vanities is important, and there's a lot of people that do that, and that's the reason they're able to continuously make content and new stuff for the game. But it would be cool. It would be cool to be able to just, like, you know, earn a little bit of CC so you don't have to just spend your money all the time. Also, for the record, if this game was called Need for Speed Motorfest, the community would have flipped their lid on having to pay for basic blue nitro or basic blue underglow. They're like, what are you talking about, dude? Like, we've had you look at Need for Speed, you have like literally every vanity available to you from the start. So it's kind of funny how the different communities react differently to things. Yeah, it's weird.
Are there any benefits or rewards to being in a crew? Yeah, I think there's like an XP gain.
Yeah, definitely XP when you're cruising around.
I don't know about the credit. Do you get more bucks when you're in a crew? Is there a crew bonus?
No, I don't think so.
I think it's just XP. I think if you're in a crew and you're doing like playlists and stuff like that, I think you get an XP boost.
Yeah, you get an XP boost for sure in a crew. Other than that, I don't think there's much benefit to it. David said the Bugatti seemed to be better in handling with the wide body. I think you're probably right.
Interesting.
I think you're probably right. I definitely noticed it feels like that as well.
I've just been throwing wide bodies on everything. Just, I like the way they look. Rhino said another thing that would be nice is daily login rewards.
Yeah.
And at the 30th day login, you would be either get an edition car or CC or something cool. Yeah, that'd be cool. Daily login rewards. That's always good.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool. It also fits I think the strategy of the crew as a franchise. Like their goal is to get people to come back to the game every week with the summit rewards and things. And they sometimes use summit rewards as the FOMO, like the fear of missing out. They want the players to come back every week. So if they gave daily rewards, that'd be cool. I think CCs would be awesome to reward the players that are playing the game a lot. I think CCs would be great. You know, it'd be awesome. Like you log in for a month, and you get, I don't know, like I would say 30,000. That's $3 worth of CCs. You can buy like half of something, you know. Log in every day for 2 months. You have enough for a vanity.
Yeah, I mean, hey, the tires, the Union Jack tires were only 10,000 this week.
That's true. The Union Jack tires were on sale for $1, and that is the tire that most people say is one of the better tires. So that's, yeah. Let's see. David says, is there going to be any incentive to grind levels after you hit 1,000? At this point, the levels are the value of the levels is twofold. One is obviously the legend points that you get each month. And then 2 is sort of, I would say, bragging rights.
Yeah, as we said, after you have 1,000 legend points.
Yeah, so when you have 1,000 legend points, obviously that there is no more value to that unless they add something new. But aside from that, it's really just like bragging rights, right? And that's the reason people do macros, I guess. Like,
yeah,
I'm trying to think of what's the point of doing a macro and getting to level 2,000 in 1 month. Like, what's, now you have all the money in the game, you have all the legend points, you literally don't have to play the game at all to do anything. So what's the point?
Macro it for a month, and then you're maxed out on legend points. You have the money, you can buy every single car in the game. What are you playing for?
Exactly. What's the point of playing?
I don't know. Yeah,
now
I don't know.
Now you didn't play, and in order to what, not play now? Like, what's I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. Shaq, that is coming. I am gonna make a wish list video. That's on my list of videos to write. Any ideas on when they will add more land to the map or game? Tom, it's not, at this point there is no official guarantee that we're even gonna get more map. There's been a lot of speculation by some hefty sized channels, we'll put it that way, that we are gonna get a new like a new island or like an expansion to the map. I'd say it's I'd say it's likely, but maybe but I don't think anytime this year. If I'm being honest, I don't think it'll be till next year.
Yeah, I feel like they're going to. I mean, it only makes sense to, right? Like, you have the 2 islands already there. I don't know. Feels like it makes sense to do it.
It does make sense.
Probably not anytime soon.
Yeah, it does make sense to do it. But I really don't think anytime soon. I can understand doing a macro for level 1,000 because then you don't have to reassign the points, but after that, it just doesn't seem to matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you're me, I'm constantly reassigning points. Even if I had 1,000, I would be taking those off and reassigning them because I actually test cars without any legend points. All of my testing is done without legend points, without nitro. Sorry, not without nitro. Without nitro chemist, without pure and extra pump. So I'm literally just using the car and like the basic nitro to test the cars that I do. And to give them tunes. Rate this summit week out of 10, says Shaq.
Out of 10, let's see. What are the let's start with the rewards here. You get the Jaguar,
which we don't know is any good. If it's good or not, we have no idea.
That's true. So you get a car. That's pretty cool.
That is cool. An exclusive car that you can't get anywhere else.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So that's good.
Let's see, event wise,
we had 1 repeat, but the rest of them were fresh.
We had one.
2.
Which
we had 2 repeats.
Did we? I know
We
the
had 2.
Ariel Adam one was a repeat.
Yes, the one we used the Ariel Adam in was a repeat, and then one of the slaloms was a repeat, the airport slalom.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. And yeah, that Ariel Adam one was actually, this is like the third
time.
The third time they've repeated that one.
Yeah.
Which is something else that's crazy. Like, why are we reusing races in summits?
I don't know, dude.
Like, why? There's so many races in the game. You have a million playlists with a million races. Why are we doing the same races every week?
I have no idea.
Okay, then sorry, that's a off topic there. I don't know, probably like a 6 or 7.
You're going with 6 or 7?
Yeah.
I'm gonna base my rating off of the fun and the rewards. I think this week was about a 7 in fun, and I think the rewards were better than the previous week because we get a new car, an exclusive car. So I'm gonna give it a 7.5. But last week's was interesting, dude, because the rewards were so bad, and it was literally the most fun summit I've had.
The summit was really fun.
Yes, yeah. The events were so fun.
Yeah, last week's summit was really fun. This week was kind of frustrating. The P1 race kind of sucked.
Yeah, it did.
I don't know. The Jaguar sucked to drive.
Oh my god, I can't.
That one race was like almost 5 minutes long. It's a 5.
We're back down.
I'm changing my score.
We're back down, dude. It's now a 4.5. Automotive guy gives it a 4.5. David says on a scale from 1 to 10, I rate this week's reward as defiantly existent.
Yeah. The high exhaust. That vanity exhaust thing, it's not very great.
I don't know what it does. I still have yet to figure out what the sound is for the high tone exhaust. Yeah. I don't know what it is.
Only certain cars it seems like it has an effect on. Like a bunch of the cars I put it on, you can't tell a difference at all.
Yeah, I couldn't. I put it on what I put on the Spiker C8, and it was like it didn't change anything. I tried really hard to figure out what it sounded like. It just like didn't. Yeah, it didn't do anything. Shaq says he actually liked the Jaguar, the long Jaguar race.
I'm glad that you had fun with it.
Shadow says I enjoyed it. I drove it with a wide body and stock tune.
Okay.
I don't know, man. That car is absolute garbage. That's not true. It's not garbage. It's fine. It's all right. But it's Street 1, and Street 1 cars are literally the worst to drive. They're so bad. Like, why'd they make Street 1 so bad, dude?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the deal was with that.
Why couldn't they just make Street 1 just like Street 2, but just slower?
A little slower, yeah.
Like the handling is so bad in every Street 1 car. I don't know. Maybe that's just a little bit of realism in the game, and I'm not a big fan of that. It's an arcade game. I want to be able to jump my car a full football field, land, and I don't know, break through a wall. Like it's arcade, man. It needs to be fun.
We got some drag car arguments going on, dude.
Yeah, we need drag strips if they added drag cars, says automotive guy.
There's only one drag event, right?
I think so, or 2.
Yeah.
Wait, I'll tell you right now.
Just be 1.
I'll tell you right now. You keep looking at the comments. I will pull it up right here.
But yes, I agree. I don't know, the drag events themselves I think are kind of boring, like having to do the same thing 3 times in the row. Like, I don't know, it's kind of boring to me. I like using them in like the speed traps and stuff. I think it's kind of fun. But the actual like doing the drag event is kind of boring to me.
There is 2 drag race events. There's two drag race events and 1 monster truck event, by the way. Only 1 monster truck event.
There was a monster truck event?
Yes, there's 1 monster truck event.
I do remember it. It's on the little beach dirt track.
The Mustang.
Right? Yeah, I do remember that.
And get this, there's only 2 rally tracks.
Yep.
That's insane, dude. That's insane.
If I had to take a guess, we'll get more rally tracks in the Hoonigan.
Where do they expect us?
Ken Block.
Yeah, probably. Where do they expect us to get the monster truck parts and the drag race parts that we need for the game? Where are we supposed to grind these from?
Yeah, we've already had like a summit that had monster trucks in it, and it's like you have 1 event for monster truck. How are we getting parts?
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy.
It's annoying though that they didn't focus more on off-road with a map like this.
Yeah, for real. This map seems like there's so, even just like in free roam, if you're just driving around, there's so many different trails and dirt roads and stuff, and it's like none of this gets used.
Yep. That was actually a complaint that I had in Need for Speed as well, dude. I can't stand it.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you have so much room for off-road and you didn't do anything for off-road stuff. Wild.
Yeah.
They need to add 8-person races and make them tournaments, maybe smaller tracks like 2 minutes and 5 races total, and do points for each race placement. I'm good with that. I'd be good with that. I definitely think they should add more multiplayer modes. Having the Grand Race be the only multiplayer mode is a little bit boring, in my opinion. I mean, I can Grand Races are fun because they're not the same. Like, even if you race the same rotation, like the same path, like 3 times in a row, the race itself is different every time. Like, there's different obstacles that you have to overcome, crashes or people bumping into you, or, you know, different people you're racing with. I don't know. It's different. So it is something that you can do for a couple of hours, but once you hit, like, I don't know, for me it's like 2 hours, then I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm kind of tired of this. Yeah, let's do something else.
Yep.
Tom, thank you so much, man. I don't know if you got a chance to check out the web app that was built, but someone built a web app and sent it to me to use. It pulls all the data from my spreadsheet, and I should have pinned that comment, by the way, and I'll do that now. But basically, it pulls all the data from the spreadsheet, all the tunes, and presents it to you in a much more like user-friendly way. Give me 1 second. I'll pin it in chat here.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it yet, Tom, you're gonna like it. It's so nice. You just pick whatever class you're trying to do, and you pick the car, and it'll tell you if there's a tune for it or not. And if there is, it'll just give you the like a perfect sheet of the tune. It's really nice.
Yes. So there it is. It is builds.militiagamingco.com. It is a wonderful little tool. It updates automatically every time we add something to the sheet. It'll be updated every 24 hours, so you'll know within a day you'll have the most updated information. If we change something, it'll change as well. So yeah, check it from time to time. But it's a great tool, Tom. I think you'll like it. It actually looks better on mobile as well. Slowly Done says you can win more money in the Crew 2 than in Motorfest. That's a tough one. I think gaining money or getting money in the Crew 2 is more fun, I would say, than Motorfest. I would say that. I mean, the New York race alone is...
That's what I'm gonna say. That's the only method I know of for the Crew 2 is the New York race. I think I actually heard or read people in Discord chat talking about using the what's it called? Do you remember the police events where like you're the cops and you have to take out the guys?
Yes, where you were, where the bad guys were driving away. Yeah,
you're in the cop cars and they're in like the demolition cars or whatever, and you have to crash them out. I think people in the Discord were talking about that being one of those events being the fastest way to make money.
Yes, I actually, you know what's funny? We go back a long ways. When those events actually came out, that is a money-making method video that I made. I was like, this...
You're right. I actually forgot about that.
Do you remember that video?
Yes,
it was something like $880,000 per hour.
Yeah.
It was something like that. I feel like that was exactly what. Anyway, and that's a fast way to do it. But those got really boring. Like, personally, I would rather just grind New York, because New York is so fun to do.
Yeah, New York is really fun.
I just think driving across the country is so fun. Like, you can just jump in a New York race with a friend and just literally just drive it, because the AI are garbage, so you don't have to worry about them. And if you have the right part sets on, you can make 400, almost 500K just from one race. So I don't know, but in Motorfest, you're in that same amount of time, you can only do like 3 grand races. If you come in first, you're looking at 90,000 each time, so that's what, 270,000 in the same amount of time as a New York race, and that's if you get first, so it's not guaranteed. So yeah. But that's not the best way, I don't think, to make money. I think the fastest way to make money is definitely the airplane speed trap, probably.
Yeah.
That's like what, every 3 seconds or 4 seconds you can go through a speed trap and make whatever it is, 1,500. I don't know.
Chevy says crossplay for consoles only would be good for all games because PC players continue to mess up leaderboards for players that don't cheat.
I don't know that that's true, Chevy.
Dude.
I don't think PC players are messing up the leaderboards. In fact, the Summit leaderboards are all messed up from the consoles.
From Xbox specifically.
Yeah, not that the Xbox players are cheating. It's that the Xbox console, something is wrong with the way that it reads the times on Xbox, and every once in a while you get a guy at the top of the leaderboard with like a whole minute faster than like the fastest guys in the game, and they're always on Xbox every single time.
Yeah.
So it's not that. I don't think PC players are necessarily cheating. In fact, the crew has Battle Eye as the it's cheat detection, and it's actually really good.
Yeah,
it's actually really good. I don't see a whole lot of cheating happening. I see there's a huge skill gap, and a lot of the highly skilled players are on PC, so there's that. But also the cheating mostly comes from the macros, dude. Like that's honestly where the cheating is.
That's where the cheating is for sure, is just the macros.
Eric says, chill, bro. I'm on Xbox. I wish I could get that glitch.
Sorry, Eric.
It's definitely Eric Robbins who's doing the glitch on purpose.
Yeah. This guy's out here getting freaking #1 in every summit.
Trippy J says it'd be nice if on your streams you all use different cars instead of the meta every single time. I mean, we see them in Grand Race over and over again. I see. Yeah, that makes sense. I think that's also, I think you're right, Trippy J. I think we could definitely use some off meta cars.
I hope when adding cars starts to happen again, I hope they add some Street 1 cars that are good.
Yes. That'd be really nice. It'd be nice to see a contender in Street 1.
Yeah. Something that actually handles good and, is about at least just as fast as the Focus, but can handle. That would be great.
That'd be really nice. Shadow, yes, that's exactly what we're talking about. The Xbox, on Xbox, that happens more often than anything else. In fact, I think it's always Xbox. Actually, I haven't seen any PlayStation players at the top like that. It's almost always Xbox that happens to. But yeah, back to Trippy's comment. I think we can definitely do that on our Grand Race streams. I can definitely use like random cars. Today I was just playing with random cars, and it was super fun. It was very fun because it was very challenging to compete. The issue is that I'm too competitive. That's honestly the issue. And I know that as soon as I get someone in the lobby who's decent, winning goes out the window as soon as I don't use a meta car. Gaming God, thank you, man. Appreciate it. I want Sob 900 in Street 1. That'd be cool.
Yeah,
I'd be good with that.
Do you have any videos of contender or competitive cars? Yes, his the last Grand Race meta video, he has what is meta, and then he has contenders, and then he has a viable for each category.
Yes.
You can check that out. It'll show you, all the whatever top cars, I guess you could say.
Yeah, Kel, there's exactly what he just said. I was just gonna try to repeat it, but yes. We have the Grand Race meta video. We're getting close to the end of the month. It is the 22nd, which means we are close to an update on the Grand Race meta. I don't think things have really shifted too much, but there is a handful of new cars. So I'll probably make an update, not necessarily a new meta video, because that's not the case. I think most people are using pretty much the same cars. but I'm definitely adding some cars to my meta list. My goal with the meta list is to have 3 in each of my 3 categories. So you've got the meta cars, the top 3, then you've got contenders, and you got viable options. I want to have 3 in each of those categories for each of the different car classes. So when I get to 3, I'm stopping. And if I have to put a new one in, one has to come out. That's how I'm gonna update that. And Shadow says, yes, we still don't have Subaru in the crew, which is a very sad thing for me. I really wish we had Subaru.
Yeah, same. That would be awesome.
Slowly Done says, I'm tired of using my PS4 because I'm getting beat like crazy by everyone else. Simji has a question for you, Steven. It says, what's wrong? Why are you burning?
What burning?
What are the next 2 free cars for the year 1 pass? Automotive guy, to be honest with you, I have no clue. I did not try to find out. I didn't look it up. I feel a little bit tricked by the year 1 pass thing. I was under the impression that we were getting cars exclusive to the pass, and that's not at all what we get. We get cars 7 days before everyone else. So it's not really a it's not really a year 1 pass. It's really just like a year 1, you get early access to things every month for the first 7 days of the month. I don't know. I'm a little bit disappointed in that, to be honest. But yeah, to answer your question, I don't know what cars are coming. I'm like so focused on summits every week, dude. It's crazy. Like every week is like Sunday, Monday is like, okay, prepare, get tunes ready, prepare for summits. Tuesday is summit day. Wednesday is like recovery. We just slept, like we went to bed at 4 a.m. and like slept till 11 or 12. And then, you know, the week starts over again. Thursday, I'm thinking, okay, what are the cars for next week? I need to make sure I have these done. It's like this never ending cycle of rotation of testing cars and trying to make sure they're ready for the summit. Automotive guy says, why am I asking you this like as if you were Ivory Tower dev? Sometimes the content...
They might have information somewhere about it.
Yeah, they might. Sometimes I feel like YouTube channels sort of get lumped in with the devs a little bit. Like, for example, I'll do a video on, let's say, the vanities for the week, right? I'll do like a short or something like that. And dude, it's literally just like an informative short. It's like, here's the vanities for the week, and I get like 17 dislikes like right off the like. Why are you disliking this, dude? I didn't make the vanities, dude. You don't have to dislike it because you don't like the vanities. Like, your only thing you're hurting is the content. Like, thanks a lot for the dislikes, dude. It's kind of crazy, but anyway, yeah, it happens. People mistake us for somehow working for or with the developers of the game. Tribute J says, yeah, I was bummed when I spent that money only to get the cars a week early. I was definitely bummed on that. Are less people competing in summits? Seems to get a lot higher now. Elmer, I would say less people are competing in summits in a meaningful way. Like, you might see the numbers go up. And I think that's partly to do with the fact that I think the game went on sale recently for either Black Friday or some sort of Christmas thing, I'm not sure, but people are not necessarily doing all of the events, so I don't think Platinum is any harder than it was at the beginning, but I'm definitely seeing a drop off in player counts showing up to the summit guides, the most recent ones anyway. Kelly Smith in chat says, hi Steven, your nephew is enjoying your live stream.
Oh, nice.
It got higher since the top reward is a car. That's true. Yeah, so Shadow's saying, yeah, they did a 40% off for on the Ubi store for Black Friday. So that's what.
Yeah.
I think the game is getting a small influx of new players.
Yep, I'm seeing that right now. I was trying to see. They don't have any information on the year one pass at all, so
Yeah.
no clue what upcoming cars are going to be.
Yeah, they usually put it out like the week before or something like that. We might hear something next week.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the overall handling in Motorfest compared to Forza Horizon 5? That's actually a good question because both of us have played quite a bit of both games.
That's true. I haven't played Horizon 5 in a long time.
Me too.
So I'm not that like I can't really remember exactly how it felt.
I remember Horizon 5 to be much more realistic.
Yeah.
Even though it's on the arcade side of things, I think it's much more realistic. And that to me is annoying.
Yeah.
Stop it. If it's an arcade game, make it handle like an arcade game. I like the weird arcade handling. I love Need for Speed handling. I absolutely love Need for Speed Heat handling. Unbound, I love that they changed it and made it completely different, but it still felt like Need for Speed, and I love that also. The Crew 2, I liked the handling in the Crew 2. Not a lot of people liked it. I did. I don't know. I'm a sucker for like really wacky arcade handling. It's something that I actually enjoy. I'm not a huge fan of the super realistic handling. To answer your question though, Tom, I definitely prefer Motorfest over Horizon 5, but at the same time I kind of wish the Motorfest handling was more like the Crew 2 because I actually enjoyed how arcadey it was.
Yeah, the Crew 2 is it's like you're driving on rails, you know. Seems like the cars don't like to slide out or anything. They just take corners.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It makes it feel like you're driving crazy fast all the time.
Yes, exactly. Which is what I loved about Need for Speed. The sense of speed in Need for Speed was so good. Like even it's funny, dude, even my wife, even Stacy, she mentioned it like watching the games. Like she'll watch my streams and stuff. And she's like, dude, it feels like you're driving so slow. I'm like, thanks. But she's really referring to the sense of speed. Like it doesn't feel like you're driving fast in these games. And it's because you really aren't driving fast, because if you do, then you can easily lose control of the car because the physics are a little more realistic. But in Need for Speed Heat, it feels like you're going a million miles an hour, and I love that.
Yeah, it does feel insane in Heat.
I love taking Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'm a big fan of the handling in Motorfest, though. I really do. I like it. Yeah, it seems like it creates a skill gap in its own.
It does. It does. I like all of the wacky like gutter turning and NOS in the air and all of that stuff. I like all of that. All the little mechanics, I like them.
Yeah, I enjoy it. I have a lot of fun with it.
Oz says, I like the slow sense of speed because it's easier to push the track.
Yeah, that's
spoken like a true alien.
A true alien.
This guy's just out here time hunting. Epic Games has Crew Motorfest Gold on PC for sale right now, 40% off on the Epic Store. Okay. And also has a coupon to save another 33% off. What does that mean?
I'm sure it was only for Canada.
Oh, okay. That is a great deal, though.
So wait, you get the 40% off and an additional 33? Is that what you're saying? That's insane.
That's what it sounds like.
No, you guys are in Canada and you don't have the game yet. This is the time to get it, I guess.
It's right now. You need to buy it right now.
Right now.
You need to buy it right now, dude. I think the game would be more interesting and non-repetitive if they added races based on the car tiers plus added race routes. Yeah, for sure. That's definitely something we touched on earlier. It was like, we definitely need more multiplayer modes, like class-based races. I want a playlist of races, like, 3-4 races in a row where you're, just in hypercars or just in street cars or whatever.
Yep.
By the way, Canada, that sale's going on until November 28th. So you got 6 days. Figure it out.
Figure it out.
Anyway, I think I think we've been like very this whole stream, this whole podcast, we've been very critical of Motorfest, and I do have to say I have a few hundred hours in the game, and I do enjoy the game. I really do like playing it. I look forward to playing it every day. But at the same time, I am very wary of the things that are wrong with the game that I think they need to address. And the number one thing they need to address is the summit rewards. I think that's the tone right now of the community. Malintech says there's a lot that they can add to the game, huh? Definitely. There's so much room for improvement, and honestly, over the next 2 years, you're gonna see the game change. It'll end up being just like the Crew 2. Like, honestly, just like it. The Crew 2 was the only difference, though, actually, is because the Crew 2 wasn't popular at all when it launched, and Motorfest was extremely popular when it launched. So if it follows the same trajectory, where they just keep updating it, they keep adding to the game, like the Crew 2 has a million activities, a million races. It has a ridiculous amount of stuff to do. If they keep doing that with Motorfest, in 2 years' time, it's going to be a different game, and it'll still be popular.
Yep.
Oz says, honestly, they got to do something about the wheel mode on controller and the clutch only on PC thing. I'm lucky because I play on both, but I really feel bad for console players. Yeah, it's tough. If you're playing on a console and you're a fast competitive racer, you are definitely at a disadvantage to people who can use the wheel mode for controller.
Yep.
But honestly, Oz, I think that conversation is really only relevant to the extremely talented drivers. I mean, yes, it probably could help a mediocre player be slightly better, but to what end? Like, what are you going to do? A mediocre player is not that person that's going to go out there and set world records or hunt times. And the difference between wheel mode and no wheel mode is really just like the feeling of the car. And then, of course, you have a little bit of an advantage in terms of your turning radius. It does help you in gutter turning. But the difference in overall time is what? A couple seconds? You know, for a mediocre player, it's not going to make a difference.
Yeah. And I think the only way that they'd be able to do something like that would be just to implement it in the game itself.
Yes.
Have like the wheel mode and the clutch.
Yes.
I mean, obviously, right? Is actually the only thing they can do about it.
Yes. Tom says the Motorfest is one of my all-time favorite games for the money. A total bargain, in my opinion. Yeah, I honestly agree, and over time that value is just going to keep getting higher and higher because they are going to be adding so much free content over the next few years. Clutch is the main thing. It's just free pace. I got like 5 seconds literally from nowhere just by using that. Yeah, that's wild. Yeah. That's
wild.
What is
wheel mode? What is wheel mode?
Go ahead, I'll let you take that one.
Okay, wheel mode is basically how do you explain it? It used to be, I think, in the Crew 1 where you would have wheel steering on your controller. Yes. And in the Crew Motorfest, people have discovered a way to do that by using, I think it's a virtual controller, I think it's called. I might be wrong about this, where it's a software where basically your controller connects to a virtual controller, which gives you like wheel steering on your steering stick instead of having like input delay, like if you turn your stick all the way to the left, your wheel is slowly like turning, whereas now it's as you turn your stick, your wheels are turning.
Yeah, it basically does two things. It gets rid of the input. I want to call it input delay, even though it's not really input delay. It's like a delay in the steering in order to make it a more smooth experience. So Optic, you can think of it like this: on a controller, you are much more prone to oversteering because you can flick your thumb left or right way faster then someone that physically has a wheel can turn the wheel. So the way the developers combat that problem is they connect the wheel to have what's called like 1-to-1 steering. So like as you're steering it, the wheel is turning. So it gives you exact, very precise steering on a wheel. Whereas the controller, it's slightly delayed because people can like really flick it around, and then it like the steering is wild, right? So that's the basis of what we would call like the problem of it. Now, what PC players have done now is they've found this software to give them a virtual controller that allows the computer to recognize their controller as a wheel. So then it is giving the controller very touchy, crazy steering, and that to some of the more talented players in the game, basically you can do things better and faster than without that little tiny delay. Hopefully I explained that right, but that's basically what it is.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
Yeah,
we don't use it or have planned to use it, so we don't really know what we're talking about.
No. Yeah. Automotive guy says not really. It's like, no, you really didn't explain it that well. Oz says they should just add a slider to adjust the strength of the steering filter. I agree. I don't think the problem is wheel mode on controller. The problem is only PC players can do it.
Right.
Agreed.
I agree. I don't.
If
I
it
don't
was
have
in
a
the
problem
game,
with
it'd be
people
fine.
using it. I don't think.
Yeah. Also, I think we have to also define this the strength of the problem, because it's, to me, is it a problem? Sure. Is it a high priority problem? Absolutely not. Like, please fix the summit rewards first. Please.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep saying it until it actually gets better. Please fix the summit rewards before you address wheel mode or clutch. It's just so far down on the list of things.
It's true. It's like keep players playing before we
Shadow, I think it's he's wondering what's faster, actually using a wheel or controller with wheel mode. I think controller with wheel mode is faster, because again, you don't have to physically turn a wheel in order to get that steering. You literally just have your thumb and instantaneous steering. So I think definitely controller. Waterbluff says, I just got my widescreen yesterday. It's so weird and cool to see everything. Yeah, that's something I think that Simji actually just got recently as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And
out here widescreen.
No, Tom, I have not tried the Thrustmaster Forza Horizon 5 controller. This includes a little wheel? Oh, dude, I didn't even know that. I haven't seen that.
I think it's a little steering wheel on, like, instead of a stick, I think.
That's hilarious. What do? You have to like pinch it with your thumb, like
I don't know.
Turn it. Like,
I don't
like
know.
What are we doing
actually,
here?
Hold on, let me look this up.
Is it like this? You like drive it like a bus driver? Like, let me turn. Oh, turn back to the left. It'd be terrible. Yeah, Simji, how are you liking your new monitor, man?
Yeah, I think you just like move your thumb like, back and forth and it spins it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like up and down. I don't know how to explain.
Yeah, it sounds confusing. Hitting dirty, dude, I can't figure it out. I can't figure out what it is. Tom says you got it. He said like a bus. It really does control like a bus. Like you have to like spin the wheel with your thumb. That's weird, dude.
Yeah. You should look it up. It's crazy, dude. Like you can swap out so like where your sticks are and the numpad, all of them pop out and you can like rearrange where you want things. So you can have 2 sticks and a numpad, or you can have like 2 sticks and a wheel, or a wheel on the right side and 2 sticks on the left. It's weird,
what is that, dude?
I don't know. It's weird. I've never seen this before.
Automotive guy wants to know if the Revuelto is still a competitive hypercar. 100% it is. It is still fast. I think it's still Man, I want to make a claim here. I think it's the fastest Italian hypercar. I could be wrong. Yeah, I think it's close. Anyway, yeah, it is still competitive for sure.
Which one? The Revuelta?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's still pretty good.
Mm-hmm. They're constantly leaving me in the dark, and it keeps me coming back somehow. What a marketing tactic. It's definitely one that they've been employing for years, Hit and Dirty. Unfortunately, the rewards are not great. What monitors do you guys play on PC? I have a, what is this? I have I don't even know my own monitor, dude. Where is it? I don't even know. It's not even located anywhere on my monitor. I forget what it is.
I have an Alienware 240 hertz. What is it? I think it's a 24-inch. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, I'm on a 32 4K monitor that's like a 144 hertz, and then I have a secondary a 4K monitor that's a secondary monitor, only has 60 hertz, but it's just for like productivity and Discord and such. And then I have two other monitors. I have four right now that I'm using. So I have like my main monitor, which I play games on. Oh my god, the voice crack. And then I have my chat monitor, which is like right here next to the camera, which is where, you know, the stream stuff goes. And then I have another productivity monitor here, and then another vertical monitor over here. The one on the far left, though, I don't really use that much. I probably could get away with 3.
Yeah. Yeah, mine is an Alienware 24.5-inch FreeSync gaming monitor.
That's nice. Yeah, dude, Hit and Dirty, that aerial atom is way better than you think. I was using it in Grand Races earlier today. It was so fun. Oh my goodness. Waterblob got the Samsung Odyssey G9 OLED. Oh, that thing is
fancy.
He's running a spaceship over there. Tom's got a 42 inch LG. That's a good one. That's widescreen. The Odyssey monitor is giant though. Yeah, Hit and Dirty, good luck, dude. I don't think you're gonna be able to tell the difference between that exhaust tone and the other one, like the stock sound. I think a nearby neighbor has a 71 Charger in his driveway abandoned. Should I get it? How much do they want for it? I mean, if they don't want a lot, for sure. Why not? Leon Unleashed did something even worse. Ordered a 57-inch 4K Samsung. Nice.
Okay.
Any of you try DOF reality motion chairs or any other sim rigs? No, I haven't. I'm not a huge sim guy, to be honest with you. I actually do have a wheel and some pedals and stuff, but yeah, sim is just not my thing. Simg's on the Alienware. Nice. I'm 16 though. Ah, dude, that's the perfect time to get a 71 Charger that's a POS. You're young enough to spend literally every penny that you make. You can spend it on the car. This is literally the best time to get that car, is right now, because you're 16.
Wish they would add VR support. You guys ever raced in VR?
No, I have not. I have not. Tess, you're messing up the thing. I'm jump out of here. We have I'm screen recording the Discord call for the podcast.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I didn't see what had happened.
No, it's fine. It's because that's the only way I can do it, is to screen record it.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh wait, now I just messed it up big time. Oh wait, now it's gone. There we go. We're back.
All right, cool.
Yeah, sorry, Tess. I don't know if you're watching the stream or not, but yeah, I have the screen the screen recording going, but no big deal. I think he was trying to send me a message or something. Let me see if I can see it over here. No, it won't let me because I have it popped out. Anyway, ever thought about trying out Gran Turismo 7? Not really. Not really, dude. I'm not a huge. First of all, I don't really play on PlayStation at all. And secondly, I don't really like anything that feels simmy. So it's not really my thing. How's the new exhaust sound? We don't know. Yeah, exactly. Hidden Dirty replied, "We don't know, dude. I can't tell that it's even on the car. I really can't. No one knows, dude. It's definitely a secret." Did Tess send you a message?
Yeah, I didn't see it. He messaged earlier and asked if he can join the VC, and then he said, "Welcome to join," and then he said, "My bad, LMAO."
It's no big deal.
It's all good. It just moved the face cam out of position of the overlay.
Yeah, it's no
not
big
a
deal.
problem at all, man.
Yeah, this is a super chill experience here. Slowly done. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. I'm still learning, but doing good though. Yeah, just keep going. Yes, water blob. That is a thing. Okay, so the red line kit I love because the turbo noises are crazy, but I've had multiple complaints in my comment section saying that it's like this crazy high pitched sound on some of my cars, particularly the Ford Focus RS. So I'm gonna be taking all of the red line kits off the cars, especially for the videos, because it seems like it's really a problem. Like it hurts people's ears.
Yeah, maybe it's really loud with like headphones or like earbuds or something.
Yeah. Well, like someone said in the comments, like it made my dogs go crazy. So they must have been watching it on the TV or something.
It is kind of a loud, like whistling noise going on.
Yes, but I didn't notice it to be annoying. Like I like it, but I don't know. That's just me. You guys running any grand races? Not tonight, man. Tonight's podcast night, we're just chilling because we're recovering from Summit night.
How long have we been going? About 2 hours.
Yeah, about 2 hours. We'll probably wrap it up here in just a second. It's almost time to play some Call of Duty. It is time. We're gonna go out and ruin people's nights with shotguns. Also, guys, we should end it with this actually. I don't know if you celebrate Thanksgiving, but if you do, definitely happy Thanksgiving. Yeah. I don't know what if you're gonna have traditional Thanksgiving food, that's cool, but we have started a tradition at my house a couple years ago where we make a pizza, and it's not a normal pizza. So here's what we do. We take a pizza crust, like a dough, roll it out. We put mashed potatoes as the base, and then we put let's see if I can remember this, green bean casserole on top of the mashed potatoes, and then we put turkey, like an actual, we'll cook a turkey like normal in the oven. We put turkey on top of that, and then on top of that we'll do stuffing, and then gravy, and then cheese on the top. So it's like this giant, like super thick Thanksgiving Day pizza. I just hate Thanksgiving food.
So you just want to eat it all together at once?
Yes, I would much prefer some sort of edible plate, such as a pizza, that I can shove the whole thing into my mouth at the same time.
Yeah, gotcha. I think you've actually sent me a picture of it last year.
I did. Actually, I think... Amazing. Hold on, guys. I have a picture on my phone, and here, let's see. Here we go. Hold on. I'm pulling this up because you guys have to see. I think this is it. All right, this is like, if if you guys can see this, it's gonna be small on the camera, but there's like the uncooked product. Okay. And then there's the finished product. Absolutely delicious. It's all of Thanksgiving food, all on a pizza. And it was so good. And we're doing it again tomorrow.
Nice. Yeah, I'm going over having a big dinner at the old grandma's house with the family.
Yeah, classic. That's awesome. Anyway, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Trippy J says, hope you get full as fuck. And have a great nap, as we all do. Yes, we all do that. Looks like a pizza with thick crust, definitely. Anyway, happy Thanksgiving, guys. Thanks for coming by the stream. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys probably. I don't know if I'm gonna do a stream Friday. I might. I'm still thinking about it. Just depends on what I got going on that night. But anyway, we'll definitely see you for sure next Tuesday on the Summit stream. That for sure is happening. But keep an eye on the channel for Friday stream. And every Wednesday we're gonna be doing this. So you guys want to come hang out on Wednesdays? This is the place to do it. All right, that's it.
All right. Thanks. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.